Assalamualaikum and a very good morning. My name is Farhan Ruzain bin Shaiful Azman. So today we from group 3 going to present about household income in Malaysia for year 2024 for subject statistic for application STA406. Before we start our presentation, let me introduce our team members. My name is Farhan Ruzain and my team members Muhammad Ishraf, Muhammad Hilmi, Shasha Nabila and Muhammad Nur Huzaimi. So before we start, this is our background of the study. So we're going to analyze about household income is an important indicator of a country's economic well-being and reflect the standard of living of its population. In Malaysia, the Household Income Survey Report 2024 reported that the national mean monthly household income increased to 9,155 ringgit, while the median household income rose to 7,070 ringgit, indicating an improvement in household earnings compared to the previous years. However, income distribution remained uneven across different demographic groups, particularly between urban and rural households as well as among ethnic groups. So this study analyzed household income based on demographic characteristics using a sample of 820 households consisting of 500 urban households, 61%, and 320 rural households, 39%. The ethnic composition includes 47, 40, 476 Bumiputra, for 58%, and 202 Chinese, 24.6%, and 63 Indians, 7.7%, and 79 others, consisting of 9.6%. Using descriptive statistic, an independent samples, t-test, and one-way ANOVA. The study examines whether household income differs significantly across these demographic groups and provides insight that can support policies aimed at reducing income inequality and improving household welfare in Malaysia. Next, this is our objective of a study. First one is to analyze the demographic characteristic of Malaysian household based on strata and ethnic group. Second one is to compare the average monthly household income between urban and rural household. Also, to determine whether there are significant differences in household income among different ethnic groups, and to interpret the statistical finding using SPSS and relate them to household income distribution in Malaysia. Moving on to the next slide. So here is the significance of a study. So this study provides a better understanding of household income distribution among different demographic group in Malaysia. So in this study, it is to assist policymakers in developing targeted economic and social welfare programs, also to support researchers and students in understanding income inequality using statistical analysis, and to provide useful information for future planning and policy formulation aimed at improving household welfare and reducing income disparities. So that's all from me. I will pass to the next presenters, my friend Muhammad Ishraf, to let him continue this presentation. Thank you very much.
Assalamualaikum, I'm Muhammad Ishraf bin Tajuddin. Now, I would like to explain the dataset used in our study. The data used in this research is secondary data obtained from the Department of Statistics Malaysia, DOSM. This dataset was selected because it is reliable and relevant to our study objective. The information comes from the Household Income Survey Report Malaysia State 2024, which provide official statistics on household income across Malaysia. Next, the variables used in this study are divided into qualitative and quantitative variables. The qualitative variable includes strata, which consists of urban and rural area, and ethnic group, which include Bumiputra, Chinese, Indian, and others. Meanwhile, The quantitative variable is the monthly household gross income, which is the main numerical variable analyzed in this study. For the respondent, the dataset consists of household of Malaysian citizens. The total sample size is 820 observation, meaning that data from 820 households were included in our analysis. The sample provides sufficient information to examine the relationship between the variable and achieve the objective of our research.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Hilmi. Now I will explain the method of analysis used in this study. This study used three statistical methods, and each method was selected based on research objective. For the first objective, we use frequency distribution and percentage. The variable involved are strata and ethnic. This method is suitable because it helps us summarize the respondent demographic characteristic by showing the number and percentage of respondent in each category. For the second objective, we use an independent sample t-test. The variable involved are startup as the independent variable and household income as the dependent variable. We choose this method because it is used to compare average household income between two independent groups, which is urban and rural household. For the third objective, we use one-way ANOVA. The variable involved ethnic as the independent variable and household income as the dependent variable. This method is appropriate because it compares average household income among more than two groups, which is Bumiputra, Chinese, Indian, and others. That's all for the method of analysis section. Thank you.
For our statistical analysis, we utilize IBM SPSS statistic. We choose this software because of its reliability in handling complex secondary dataset and its ability to accurately perform both descriptive and inferential analysis. We use SPSS to code our variable, general demographic frequency table, and execute the independent t-test and ANOVA required to achieve our research objective. By using this professional tool, we ensure that our data-driven conclusions are based on precise statistical output.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Nur Zaimi. Now I will continue with the result and discussion. For the first objective, the purpose of this analysis is to describe the demographic profiles of Malaysian household based on strata and ethnic group. Based on the frequency analysis, a total of 820 households were included in the sample. The findings show that the majority of households are from urban areas, while the remaining households are from rural areas. In terms of ethnic, the sample consists of four ethnic groups: Bumiputra, Chinese, Indians, and others. Bumiputra represent the largest proportion of households in this dataset. This finding indicate that the sample reflect the demographic composition of Malaysian household and provide a suitable basis for analyzing household income difference in the following objective. Okay, now I will continue with the second objective. The second objective is to determine whether there is a significant difference in the mean monthly household gross income between urban and rural households. From the descriptive statistic, urban households record a higher mean monthly household income than rural households. This suggests that households living in urban areas generally earn more income. The examine whether this difference is statistically significant and independent sample t-test was conducted. If p-value below than 0.05, the test show a significant difference between urban and rural household income because the p-value is less than 0.05. Therefore, the null hypothesis is rejected. This finding may be explained by better employment opportunities, higher salary, and greater access to economic activity in urban areas compared to the rural areas. If P the if P change for below higher than 0.05, the test shows no significant difference because the p-value is greater than 0.05. Therefore, the null hypothesis is accepted. Next, the third objective is to determine whether the mean monthly household gross income differ among different ethnic groups in Malaysia. The descriptive statistics indicate that household income varies across ethnic groups. In this analysis, Chinese household recorded the highest mean monthly household income, followed by Indians, Bumiputra, and others. To determine whether the difference are statistically significant, one-way ANOVA was performed. If p-value below than 0.05, the ANOVA result indicate a significant is household income among ethnic group because the p-value is less than 0.05. Therefore, the null hypothesis is rejected. This difference may be influenced by several socio-economic factors such as education, occupation, business ownership, and geographical distribution. If p more than 0.05, the ANOVA result indicate no significant difference because the p-value is greater than 0.05. So from this, I can make in conclusion, the study showed that household income differ according to demographic characteristics. Urban household generally recorded higher income than rural household, and income also varies among different ethnic groups. This finding provide useful insight for understanding household income pattern and may support policymaker in reducing income inequality in Malaysia. So that's all from me.
Here is the conclusion of overall studies. So here you can see that the study demonstrates that demographic characteristics have a significant influence on household income in Malaysia. The analysis of 820 households showed that the urban household recorded a higher average monthly income at 8,811.07 ringgit Malaysia than rural household at 4,906 ringgit, indicating a substantial income gap between the two strata. The independent sample t-test confirmed that this difference is statistically significant below than 0.001, suggesting that residential location plays an important role in determining household income. Furthermore, the one-way ANOVA revealed a statistically significant difference in household income among ethnic groups below 0.001. Among the four ethnic groups, Chinese household recorded the highest mean monthly income at 9,182.54 ringgit Malaysia, followed by Indians at 8,180.03 ringgit Malaysia, Bumiputra at 6,668.87 ringgit Malaysia, and others 5,453.86 ringgit Malaysia. So these findings indicate that both strata and ethnicity contribute to variation in household income. Therefore, the study highlights the importance of implementing targeted policies that promote balanced economic development, reduce income disparities, and improvement household well-being across different demographic groups in Malaysia. So here are the issues, improvement, and suggestion that we found and we can make based on our studies. So the first one is significant income gap between urban and rural household. the improvement and suggestion that we can make based on the issue is strengthen rural economic development by creating more employment opportunities, improving infrastructure, and attracting investment to rural areas. So the gap between urban and rural household is stable. Second one is income disparities among different ethnic groups. So our suggestion is implement inclusive economic and educational programs to ensure equal access to employment skills training and income generating opportunities for all ethnic groups. The third one is lower household income among certain demographic groups. So we suggest that in this situation, we can expand financial assistance, entrepreneurship support, and vocational training programs to improve household earnings capacity. And the last one is continuous monitoring of income inequality is required. So our improvement and suggestion that we can suggest is to conduct regular household income surveys and use statistical analysis to monitor income trends and evaluate the effectiveness of government policies. So that's all from us for this presentation. Thank you very much.